This video will be a general overview of the active coordinate editor in Microsurvey CAD. The coordinate editor can be found from the points menu, and it is a spreadsheet style display containing all of your point information. The window can be resized or moved around as needed. You can dock it on a separate monitor. You could also tile it beside model space. And sometimes this is a handy way to display everything on one screen. The columns can be resized. If you select more than one column, you can resize them all to match. We can move columns left or right, change their order. We can make changes to points by selecting each cell individually, or we can select rows. Using common keyboard shortcuts, such as holding your Control key, you can make multiple selections. You can also use Control and Shift, much like other spreadsheet style programs. Once you've made a selection, you could, for example, export an ASCII file of your coordinate values of those individually selected points. Other selection methods include selecting by window. So this will allow you to select points in model space. So I could pick, say, the top half of my drawing here and hit enter. And you'll notice that those points are selected automatically within the coordinate editor. I've chosen the maintain selection option here, so we can see now that once this selection's been made, even if I click away, all these points will still be highlighted. So I won't have to go back and reselect the points if I make any changes. If I turn that feature off, I can simply unselect all of my points. Some of the editing functions available, if we select all these control points, for example, we can renumber the selection, delete, rotate, shift, scale. We can set the coordinate system, change descriptions, add notes, change layers. If we're doing surfacing, we can add or remove the selection of points to a surface. Another useful tool is the lock or unlock selection. So if I lock these points, you'll notice that the checkboxes have been added to the locked column and the points have become grayed out. And this will not allow these points to be deleted or changed in any way. So this can be a useful tool for control points if you don't want them to be edited by mistake. If we do make a change to a point, for example, I'll change this description here of point 201, we'll notice a flag in the history column will show up. If we click on that flag, we can see that there is a timestamp as well as a note describing what has been changed in that point. This would also apply if you changed a coordinate or elevation, for example. You can unlock and lock points simply by choosing the checkbox in the locked column. If you're using Microsurvey Field Genius, the audio and photo note columns will be populated with an icon so you can review those audio or photo notes. Any notes you add when you store the point in your field software will be shown in this column. Again, if you're using Field Genius and you've added any GIS attributes, you can review those from the GIS column. And since I have a coordinate system set with this project, the map column will allow me to click on a point, and it will open up Google Maps in a web browser, and then we can review that point within the Google Maps display. Now this example was a Leica DBX import, and it had some images attached to the point. If we click on the camera icon, it will bring up a window displaying the image, or in this case images, that were stored with the point. Another handy feature is the ability to find a point within your drawing by selecting it from the active coordinate editor. Just going to tile the editor here so we can see all of the drawing. And for example, if I double click in this first column on point 217, we'll notice a yellow X shows up on that point. So if you're ever having trouble finding a point within model space, this can be a quick way to find it. And that's just a general overview of the active coordinate editor. A follow-up video with more advanced features will be available as well.